What's going on, tamers? It's your boy Dan from DigiGuard United, and bring you guys a deck profile. This ain't just your regular deck profile. This is your OT Cup 5th place purple hybrid APOC deck profile. Your boy went undefeated all the way to the finals. Technically, I had a draw, so I played against the finals against a Magna X player. Ended up losing in the finals, unfortunately, and getting 5th place. It always sucks when you get dropped so far, especially when you're in the finals like that. But it is what it is. It's the best placement I've done in a tournament because my highest last time was 19th twice. So it was pretty cool to get a major top like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool to see. But let's jump right into it. Right? We got for eggs. We got 5 eggs. We're running the Demi-Mare 4 of the BT3, whatever it is. Demi-Mare, and then the one Cupimon. Demi-Mare, right? Best egg for the deck in my opinion, being able to draw one, trash one every time. Usually you're swinging with your rookie, so you're gonna be dying most times anyway. So unless it's jamming, because you know how it is sometimes when you want your Digimon to die, it always has jamming. Which is pretty good, especially you're going to Ukomons quite often, so swinging 2k, 1k with Gabu or something like that is pretty frequently, so you should die. Next card I'm playing for the eggs is one of Cupimon. That card actually came up pretty a lot, I should say. Surprising. I used to have this was one of my changes I made from the last OT Cup. I was running the BT, what was that, 14, 15 Demi-Mare that's trash level 5 or higher to draw 2. Realizing that card might not be as needed because, you know, Mirage meta, right? Fortunately for me, 8 rounds today, 9 rounds last week, no Mirages for me, so 17 rounds of play, no Mirage. So fortunate or unfortunate. But yeah, Cupimon, instead of plussing on the card you draw with that other Demi-Mare, Cupimon, you neg 1 all the time because you're always going to trash 1 card and then gain a memory, and that's about it. That memory gain comes out quite frequently. It's pretty good. Especially you either can, you know, steal a turn potentially, or even you know, combo off continuously. Just the way Purple Hybrid runs, you're a very combo centric deck sometimes. During certain turns, especially the mill kill turn, because I've definitely done it. I've milled people out from like 20 cards easy. Happens quite frequently, so you know this card sometimes can't come up. It's pretty good. Next, we're running for rookies for Uko. The Searcher Uko is the BT15 one. We already know what Uko does, right? You know, Evo for 1. Raise, search top 3, grab a tamer or Digimon, and then bomb like the rest, and then you hatch. So this deck, you know, there's 3 main pieces you need. You need a tamer, you need Dusk, and you need Velgar and Trash, right? So you want to get one of those 3 pieces as soon as possible. And then for me, at least in this deck, the APOC version, 4 pieces, which is APOC because it's a 1-of, right? So we want to grab that as soon as possible if it pops up. So, you know, it's always great to keep searching through your deck. Next we run is 4 Gabumon. This is the starter deck one. Starter main phase, you gain a memory. Really good. If you have a mem tamer on board, you raise, you go to 4. That sometimes is super crucial depending on how many tamers you got on board. If you have like 2 Kojis, that's, you know, an easy 2 hybrid swings, depending on the situation, obviously. Really good, you know. And then the occasional inheritable pops up. Sometimes you just gotta digivolve, right? In my version, you know, I'm running Deltamon, so like that pops up, being able to Evo over for 3, and then keep it turn depending on the situation, obviously. But it has a, you know, draw 1, trash 1 as inheritable when attacked, which is super clutch because it helps you cycle more. So let's say if it dies, you get the draw 1, trash 1 here. Then you have the Demi-Mare, draw 1, trash 1. So you know you're trashing 2 cards, drawing 2 is always really, really good. And the last rookie we're playing is the one Gazi. I didn't know what to run as the last rookie, so this kind of just felt to me. Realistically, this could have been the promo Uko for sure. Gazi, I figured, you know, certain matchups, the memory gaining is important. Mirror match, Gazi is super important because they can't, Jack Ray, they can't miss Mem, they can't gain a memory from the Gabumon. It's super important, I think. And then, other matchups like today came up against 3 Gray Angels. Being able to stop their memory gain off the Patamon was pretty helpful, actually. What else? In today's matchup, I played against that mattered. I don't remember right now, but it does come up and it's pretty cool. So non-rookies, super low for me the way I play this game. My luck at times, but it works out for this deck, just the way the nature of this deck. Next, so I got 3 MVPs for this deck. The three most important cards of the deck. Number 1 is Duskmon for sure. Being able to, when Digivolve on play, change a color on your opponent's Digimon is super important, right? It stops their ace plays at times, especially when you know what type of deck they're running. That mattered very much so against 3 Gray Angels. It mattered against, I played against Numon, surprisingly, so that mattered because of their 8 level 6 aces. The card does so much, being able to change the color to the end of your opponent's turn. And then obviously when attacking, you can evo into a Velgramon from trash for free, which is super clutch. Being able to free cost evo is crazy in this deck. And then Velgor shenanigans. And then on deletion, inheritable, you play a tamer, so you can play out your Kojis, you can play out your Ma. Cool thing about the effect, it's not color restricted, so if you have other colors, like I've seen people play Shoto, like the mother version, you can play Louis out off of it, and I saw that last week's OT Cup. That was super crazy play when he did that. You do a lot with this card. Second most important card in the deck, in my opinion, Velgramon. You need to see this in trash ASAP, especially when you have the Duskmon. Being able to on play when Digivolve, mill you and your opponent by every color of card they have on their side of the field. So if they have 3 different colors, you can both mill 3, and then you gain 1,000 for each card milled. So that would be 6k or something. And then you swing. End of attack if it lives. You get to delete a low 4 or lower purple card Digimon on board to delete your opponent's lowest level. So cool thing is, if they have let's say a level 3 and 2 level 5s, you can swing lives effect, target their level 3, and then delete that, and then the second effect to delete all the lowest level Digimon. So then their low 5s are deleted afterwards. It's super crazy. It's super strong card. This card is cracked in my opinion. And then the inheritable doesn't come up as often, but it can for APOC because you could place it underneath the APOC if you don't have retail from Piedmon. Super good, right? Next we run 2 Deltamon. This was my second change I made for the deck, and from last OG Cup, I found myself needing to delete Floodgates, and I wasn't able to pretty easily. I didn't want to waste a Deathslinger at times. Deltamon is just clutch. Being able to just evo for 3, or even play cost, or just hard play for 5 matters, because like let's say if you're at 2, they have a mem setter, you just hard play this, delete their low 4 lower, and now you don't even care about giving them the extra memory because they have the memory tamer already, so it doesn't matter, right? Unlike Deathslinger, then you put them at 2, then they put in 3, just the memory, just make sure you're paying attention to your memory, right? Being able to trash a card in your hand to delete low 4 lower is so clutch, especially this is super important against decks that play a lot of Floodgates. If you're playing against normal purple hybrid, they play a lot of Gazi and Psychemons, so this will matter again quite frequently, right? Because it's when Digivolve when attacking on deletion. So like let's say if they deleted with what's it called, Velgra or something like that, you can get it and delete their like Floodgate or something. Like you do a lot with it, right? And then inheritable doesn't come up often, but it is blocker generic, so if a Pokemon needs blocker, guess what? You can put this underneath it and you gain blocker as well. Super clutch card. I've loved the 2 of in the deck now. Super important. Next, we're going to jump into the DMs. We got 2 Metal Seedramon, 2 Puppetmon, we got 2 Machinedramon, and we got 2 Puppetmon, right? I'm sorry, Piedmon. You need DMs if you're gonna play APOC, right? I found in testing, for me personally, having a one of each was not enough. I felt I was not seeing the pieces enough. So like APOC was only at like, you go hard playing it for 3, I mean for 7 or something like that, and I didn't like that. So I wanted to up the ratio. So I took some stuff out. I messed with the deck a little bit to get 2 of each. I love that 2 of each. There's occasional times where you brick, but the upside is so much better in my opinion. For me at least, being able to see my pieces is like, all right, cool. I bottom deck 1 Digimon from like Uko, but I don't feel bad because there's a chance of me seeing a second Digimon sooner. If I have one of the DMs in security, then and never get touched, hey, at least I know I have a chance of getting another one. So that's super important. And then each one, you can hard play them. People forget you can hard play these bad boys, especially against decks that play a lot of aces. Oh, it's so much value in my opinion. You got Piedmon that deletes on unsuspended Digimon Wonder. Machinimon DigiGuard 2. Metal Digimon bounces a low 5 or lower to your opponent's hand. And then you got Puppetmon that goes, bottom decks a low 5. Bottom decks a suspended Digimon. And then end of turn, end of opponent's turn, you delete one and play another one. So sometimes, man, there are times where, let's say they got ace play out, you play the Piedmon, delete it. Instead of putting them at 7, you go to 4 or 3 because they have because of the overflow. And for whatever reason, they don't deal with it. Boom, another one pops out, right? If you have one in your hand. So now they have to deal with that as well. Make them waste more resources. That's what I really like about it too, because you don't care if they get deleted. Realistically, if you get to play out the second one, delete, play Metal Digimon, whatever, you're valuing for yourself. In my opinion, that's how I think of it. It's like, all right, cool. You ain't deal with it. You didn't waste resources for it. Bet I'm gonna now pop off and then continue dealing with your board because you just decide not to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And then they all have inheritables for APOC, obviously, Retail, Reboot, Blocker, Piercing. Most important one, in my opinion, is Metal Digimon Blocker. Sometimes you need it in the clutch, especially if you have 0 security, they got 1 attack or something. Being able to block that is super important. And, MVP right here, APOC, the GOAT right here. There's a reason why this bad boy is at 1. I love playing this deck. I love playing any versions of Pokemon. I just love the card. I love the way it works. Obviously, it's busted as AF, and that's why he's at 1. But in this deck, boy, oh boy, sometimes you can play this out more than once, and it's just, straight value. It's crazy. So obviously, for anyone who doesn't know what APOC does, right, you're able to place a DM and reduce the play cost by 4. And so when you get the 3, because you only play up to 3, you can only place up to 3. You reduce the play cost by 3, up to 3, I should say. And then end of your turn, my fault. You get to place a level 6 or lower. People forget the lower part because they always remember APOC from back when APOC was full power, right? You playing Craniumon, Magnumon, any DMs. You just you're always placing a level 6 usually. You rarely ever placing a low 6 or lower, right? 5 or 4 or even a 3 occasionally. And in this deck, what's crazy is your boy Velgramon, right? Let's grab Velgra real quick. He is also an on-play effect. So for that mill, it's sometimes crazy because now you can go you APOC for 3, right? You place the 3 underneath. End of turn, you go Velgra effect, mill however many cards. So if your opponent has 4 colors on board, you both mill 4, and then APOC mill 6 because you mill 2 for every level 6 in the source. So that means you're milling 10 cards in that one play, right? And sometimes for a win, you go APOC, play a Velgra for 7 since it's on play, right? You mill, grab another Velgra underneath, mill again, and then APOC mill. So sometimes you can mill a crazy amount. This card was just so good in today's matchup. Because I played against Semi-Mirror. It was a Shoto Mother Beelstar Purple Hybrid deck. And APOC was just so clutch, just milling them out. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna speed run you basically, right? 3 Great Angels. It's hard for them to deal with it, and they do deal with it. They gotta put a lot of resources and sometimes give you a crap ton of memory. And in this deck, like I mentioned before, there's a certain card in this deck called Lament. Grab that APOC, play APOC again, deal with the board. I had a turn where I went play APOC for 7. I put a Piedmon underneath. I deleted a Cherubimon that had a Andrewomon underneath, so that was overflow 7. And then I Death Slinger another there, level 5, overflow again, and then like I just cleared board with Velgra at that point. Like it was a crazy turn. It was super cool in my opinion. Next for Tamers, we're running Koichi. This card is super important for the deck. Draw 1, trash 1. It's crazy because the way you can play this card out for free at times is a lot of value for it. And then inheritable, just gain a memory. So Evo for 2 to Dusk, Evo to Velgra for free. Velgra dies by killing itself. You gain a memory. So basically that whole play is a 1-cost play. Versus the rest of like the normal play cost of Evo effects, Evo cost, which is like 3 on a mat or something, or a non-Koichi. Super good, definitely a must. We'll talk about the other Koichi. People question why I only play 2 of this Koichi. I think it's good. I just don't think it's good enough for me to warrant it to be more than 2 in my opinion. 1, it's 4 cost. 2, it has no on-play effect. And so with that means like you just get no value for it. Like I would rather just trash it and play it for free later. Sometimes if you play it turn 0, if you're going first, it can come up, you make sure you trash your Velgra the following turn, and now you have plays, especially if you have Dustmon, they put you to 1. You go for 2, Evo 2, Evo, blah, blah, blah. The great thing about it is the when attacking inheritable, which is to grab a hybrid. So sometimes, you trash multiple Dustmons, you trash Dustmon, you just keep looping the Dustmons now, which is pretty cool. I actually had a game like that where I went like over Koichi. I had 2 Dustmons over this Koichi, swing, grab the other Dustmon, Velgra dies, played this out, played another one, and then like I just kept going with the play. It was pretty interesting. And third tamer we play is 3 Matt Ishidas. This card is so clutch. This helps you loop like crazy. 1 is a memory tamer. 2, on play, that's what I mentioned before. On play, you grab any purple Digimon or option. So a lot of times you want to grab a Duskmon, right? Especially if you only have like 1 in hand. You swing, dies, effect, play this out, grab the Duskmon, and then you keep going, right? Sometimes you want to grab options. Jack Raid is a great option to grab, or my favorite, Lament. Especially if you need to go APOC again, you play this out for free, grab Lament, play Lament for 3, then play APOC for 3. 6 cost play basically. So you gotta make sure you're at least 3 when you do it if you want to keep turn, or make sure you're able to do it all in 1 turn. So it's super important, this math. Especially at times like when you need a Jack Raid. If you use all your Jack Raids or they're all in trash, sometimes you just need that extra memory. Options, Death Slingers, great card. Kills a level 4 or lower normally. For every 10 cards, you add a level to that number. So the moment you hit 10 cards in trash, you kill level 5. If you're at 20, you kill level 6. 30, kill 7, right? Other effect, if you mill it, which this deck you do a lot of milling, right? You gain a memory. So sometimes, for me, I don't have the best luck in milling this card. I feel like I'm always like draw, I'll Evo, draw, and then mill, and then like miss out, or like it'll be reversed. I'll mill, miss out, digivolve again, and then I draw into it. So this card is stuck in my hand more times than not. Super important to be able to kill things for cheap for 4 costs. It's super crazy, especially once you hit like the 5 range. So when you hit that 10, 20, being able to play Death Slinger for 4, kill at level 6 is actually pretty valuable in my opinion. And in a deck where you can mill yourself like crazy and trash cards from your hand, it's super easy. Next, Jack Raid, 4 of, no questions asked. You gain one memory for every 10 cards. Super easy to hit 20. And when you hit 30, the 30 range, boy, you're just popping off. You just free plays. At that point, you probably should be winning a lot. If you hit 30, that means you're probably going for like the mill turn. For the mill kill, I should say. Super crazy. And then obviously security, gain 2 memory. Varney says this card should be hit to 1 just like Hammer Spark, but hopefully it doesn't. Let's just keep this at where it's at the 4 range, you know what I'm saying, because we don't want this card to hit. Next option we run is Miss Mem Boost. Miss Mem Boost is so important to be able to just mill 2 cards and then draw off of it. Sets you up your plays early on. If you hit a Velgar early and you have a Tamer ready, now you're set up for a perfect play for Dust Velgar combo. Sometimes the plays is just, you know, extenders. You gain 2 memories, so if they put you at 1, you go to 3 that following turn, and now you can pop off, right? So this card is always valuable no matter what. Obviously, if it gets hit security, you just play it out. Free memory basically at that point. This card is always super clutch. The only downside for me is reason why I went from 4 to 3. One of the Deltamons took the spot. Is that late game, you don't care about this card. You will never, from like mid to late game, you're never gonna really play this card out too much, just because you're already set up and you want to do a lot more other things besides trashing your cards. But sometimes if you break down and you have nothing else to do, and you just gotta do it, right? That's the only thing with it. Next is my 2 one-offs. We'll talk about calling first. Calling, we already know it got hit to 1, right? So you always gotta have it in 1. Almost any purple deck you should be running calling. Being able to delete one of your Digimon, or not delete if you have no Digimon in play. Grab 2 purple Digimon from your trash. So a lot of times I'll have no board. I'll calling, grab 2 Dustimons, and then, you know, I'm off to the races. And this beautiful card, Lament Friendship. 3 cost. First part of the main of having Matt is irrelevant. What important is, or it's my fault, you grab a Digimon card first. The second part is irrelevant. If you have a Gurumon, it gets on deletion, play it back again. That part's irrelevant. What matters is you grab any Digimon card from your trash. So this card is always 99% of the time is grabbing APOC once it's either milled, because there's times it's milled. You grab it, or they dealt with it, and then the following turn you lament, and then you APOC. Right? You APOC again. And what's crazy about this deck, right? Because you're playing Matt, because you're playing, you know, cards that like you can kind of like always play them out. You delete, play Matt, grab lament, play APOC. If APOC is dealt with, great. We're gonna play another Matt, grab lament, grab APOC, and so on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the card is super clutch. And sometimes I had a game, it was funny as all hell, right? Where I went, he was swinging out. He was trying to deal damage. I think it was against Numon. I played a Piedmon out, and to deal with a ace he had on board, and he still had 2 Digimon. He swings with Mega Gargo. First check, nothing. Second check was Lament. Lament, a security effect. You activate the main effect, which you grab a Digimon, and I grab Puppetmon. So now Piedmon, in a turn, Piedmon dies. Puppetmon, play Puppetmon out, and now you can, you know, bottom deck there Mega Gargo because it's suspended. It was super clutch. That card is just amazing. Matchups. Let's see if I remember all of them right now. Just because I don't write my matchups down. I just, you know, I think about the plays and then move on from it. Round 1, I played against Shoto Mother Beelstar, Purple Hybrid. He don't play no rookies, right? Because you're playing the mother. So in my opinion, I'm always gonna go faster because I have rookies, and I'm always gonna try swing. So even if you have like, you know, one mother plus a Shoto, I don't care. I'm gonna keep swinging through it anyways. And because he was running a bunch of tamers like Shoto, he had Violet, he has Matt, Koichi, all that, I'm able to change a lot of colors and mill a lot. which means Velgor can get bigger than 15 pretty easily. So that happened quite frequently. And got game 1. Game 2, I missed one card. I misplayed, and I could have played that turn better to APOC, play APOC and a Velgra, and that would have been game because I would have milled him out. But he got it. Game 3, item just blitz him, no Shoto, so I just blitz him and got the game. Round 2, freebie win, person gave it to me. Round 3, I played against what did I play against? I don't think it was Numon. Yeah, I played against something. I don't remember right now. Let's see. Round 4 might have been the Numon, so I won that one 2-0. Numon, he bum rushed me, but because like the way Numon is and the way this deck is, I kind of just changed their colors and they can't ace play me. So now I can just deal with their board. It was pretty easy to deal with their board, and then now I'm in full board control. Plus APOC on board, clutch. Played against that. I know I played against a 7th grade Demon Lords deck. That was my one draw. And so I drew because I feel like, so I won game 1. I milled him out. Game 2, we're in end game. He plays Lucimon Chaos Moon. I'm at 3 security. I have an Uka on board. He moon Millimon, so I had like nothing going on right now. The best play should have been to let him delete my Ukamon because I wouldn't have trash security. The following turn, I'm set up now, like 2 turns later, I'm set up for, a good play. And he plays 3 Biosmons basically for free, and I end up losing. And he only had 2 cards left because he milled himself for ace 12 cards. And so if he didn't have the second Beals, I would have won, or I would have kept the if I would have deleted the Uko instead, which that should have been the correct play. He ended up winning that, and then game 3 ran out of time, draw. Then we played against, so does that 1, 2, 3, 4. I know for a fact I played two great angels. That is, I won the first one 2-0. He kind of bricked a little. His Padmons were whiffing, but this deck is, I won't say hard counters. I'm not gonna say that, but it does counters it really well. Why? Because Duskmon can change a color of their Digimon to a different color, and they won't have anything that's purple or black. No, they have black because they're black Serafi. But like purple, I think technically red, if I'm thinking correctly. They can't do anything about that, so they can't ace play you. So if they're on champion, they won't be able to Andrew Womon ace you or Magna Angel ace you. If they're at the 5 already, they won't be able to go Cherubi ace because that's yellow green. They can't go regular the Serafi ace if they have it because that's yellow blue. And they were running black Serafi, which is black yellow. So if I change to purple or red, they can't do anything about it. And so that mattered quite frequently, being able to stun their, slow down their plays. I'm just going, they have so many ace plays, and if they don't have a Dominion on board, all they do has aces. This deck can deal with their board state, no problem. And I'm swinging quite frequently. And if you have Dominion on board, this happened in the first 3 Great Angels matchup. He got Dominion on board, and he gave me a lot of memory. And I just kept swinging. And Dominion's effect is, when one of your angel cards were to be like removed from play, I think it is, you trash security instead. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm swinging with Velgramon. He lives. I'm take a check out. Lives. End of attack. We're going to delete one of your Digimon, and he would save him. Makes sense, right? But because he gave me so much memory, I just kept looping. Went to APOC, and then I was swinging for game. Somehow, I don't remember. It was a crazy turn though, for sure. And then the second 3 Great Angels, same concept, right? I just changed the colors and milled them out, and I went APOC and then milled them out more. And when APOC's on board, you deal with it ASAP. If not, you just basically lose, or you're basically milling, anywhere between another 6 to 18 cards within the 2 turns, like minimum, usually. depending on the situation, which happened, and he didn't deal with it the one time, and it snowballed. Velgras, Mill, APOC, and it turned Mill. Also delete things, overflow, like it just popped off, right? And what else did I play against? Oh, I remember the other matchup. Diaboromon, was it? Diaboromon, I ended up winning 2-0 on that one as well. Diaboromon Ace, again, another deck that doesn't have black box, like 3 Great Angels for the most part. And so if I change into red or, you know, blue, they can't digivolve their Infamons into their Diabor Aces or even regular Diaboromon. There's no protection on Diaboromon, so one time I just hard played like a Machinimon. No, not Machinimon, Puppymon. I bottom decked it, and I'm like, all right, cool, rebuild again, no problem, and then deal with it again. You know, it was pretty good, pretty easy. And then in the finals, I played against Magna X. I got deck checked, so I had to organize my deck, and so game 1 I kind of bricked out. I didn't see a single hybrid. I saw Tamers, I just didn't see the hybrids, Dusk or Velgra, which hurt, and he ended up getting down relatively easily, honestly. And then game 2 wasn't too bad. I had a pretty good hand. 3 security. It was like ulti flare, Magna, and if you digivolve Velgra, that hurts a lot because now you don't get the undeletions, right? You can't get end of attack as well, and so that hurts a lot. Pretty lucky security, I would say. But besides that, I think I have a really good matchup against Magna because Magna X is 3 colors. If you have a Tamer, I could change that Tamer to a different color. That's 4 mils now, easy. And if they have another thing, that's 5 mils. So I can easily get like 15k pretty easily with Velgra. So now I'm swinging over. I'm able to swing over Magnamon, and now they have to question if they want to block too. Because if they block, I can swing over, kill it. Might have protection again, but if I have enough, you know, Tamers, I can just keep going and then, you know, kill that stack eventually. Unfortunately, that didn't happen in the finals. He ended up getting the W, and I went from, you know, potentially getting first place all the way to 5th. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but I'm, you know, still super happy on how well I did because the first Ulti Cup, Varney kept telling me do a deck profile, I'm like, bro, no, I gotta do well first before I make the deck profile. And so here I am, 5th place. 5th place is pretty good. Top 8, you know what I'm saying? I get that beautiful Shine Greymon. You already know. Super hyped and super excited. And that's it for this deck profile. If you guys would like to, you know, see more of this content, please like and subscribe our channel. And catch you on the next one. Peace out.